All right, YouTube, I'm back with a technical video here to kind of just go back and hopefully answer some questions about fuel systems and other questions I get. So today we're going to basically discuss why the old diesel fuel injection pumps seem to last forever and ever, and the new ones can't make it 100,000 miles or X amount of hours. And so here we'll jump into that, and I'll kind of show you the most basic way. Let me check. Always getting a phone call all the time, calling back. Kind of basically where we are and why this has happened. Okay, so in my shop we put an engine together in an injection pump throughout the last couple weeks, and right here, so here's an old core we have. It's a stripped down to nothing. This is a cat injection pump out of a 3204. Here's the camshaft out of it. Here's also a CP4 and all the carnage. It did the usual CP4 things. So let me first we'll go through the CP4 and we'll look at the breakdown. Everybody's familiar with why these, all that familiar. Let me try and set this up here for you. Okay, so here's the CP4. You got your main body right here. It's all stripped down. You can see I've got the barrel plungers and everything out of it already. This particular one had a lift pump on the back. Here's the lift pump. You can see it's a gear pump. That is a supply pump, pulls from the tank. I don't think all the CP4s had this. I've never had one. I have a pickup. We're mostly heavy equipment guys. But you can see where there's a little gear drive right there. This goes on that, and then that drives off of that little T shaft here. Anyways, just your basic run-of-the-mill lift pump here, or supply pump, pretty much. So, anyways, this one failed. It failed so bad, it locked up, and did all the things you don't want it to do. You can still see, if you look down in here, let me grab my light and I can show you guys. I don't know if you can see in there, you can still see the iron chunks and the carnage and all that. But anyways, mounts in the engine like this. On the end of your camshaft on this, you've got a tapered shaft. You got a gear that goes on there. Drives off the gear train on the engine. Anyways, let me pull the rest of that out. So anyways, this is the cam lobe design on the CP4. You can see this one got real chewed up and it got stuck so bad it tried to lock. But if you look at the profiling, I gotta get behind the camera here so I can show you a little better. The profiling of this cam is incredibly aggressive. I mean, that's flat to a bunch, and and these are geared to spin faster than the engine to keep up. And so you've got all these plunges and springs. Well, here's the barrel. Here's the barrel that rides on it, right? And you got that little roller, and it sits there like this, and it makes that actuation with no lubrication on this camshaft and this roller or anywhere in that pump besides the diesel fuel from the tank. So it actually comes in through the bottom. It acts as a lubricating source, and then in its stroke, you can see the holes and the orifices in the bottom. It comes up, orifices close, and it makes the pressure and goes on. But you can tell by the cam lobe being extremely aggressive here. You can see why that, like even in an oil lubricated scenario, that's pretty aggressive. Plus, you've got this little bitty roller. That's not a big roller. So anyways, there's that. Let's go into, let's switch you around here. Let's get into the cat pump. This is a very old design. This would be similar to the 3406s, any of the old mechanical cats, 3306s, stuff like that. Anyways, you've got a camshaft, you've got a cam lobe for each of your cylinders. This was a 4-cylinder, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down, I'm trying to think of where the heck, one of these has got a lift pump. The lift pump rides on it, and I don't know where that is. But you can see the tube there, you see that divot right in that? That's so you can set your top dead center. You pin it, you actually pull the cap. This camshaft would sit in here. there's a hole there that would align, and so when you're pinned, that's how you find your top dead on your pump to time it with the engine. But anyways, yeah, see that lobe right there, that center long one, that runs a mechanical lift pump, just like a small block Chevy or something, kind of like that. You've got your regular bushings and the governor bolts right on the back of this. This goes in there, and then you've got same thing, a plunger assembly. Man, phone calls forever to the end of time. Answer that in a minute. Anyways, same deal. A roller. This would be your. So this rides up and down as well. Well, part of it does, not all of it. Anyways, you can see the gear teeth there. When you hit full throttle, or you throttle up, there's a little shaft that sits in this hole right here. It's got teeth in it, and this adjusts this little metering rail inside here, and so the turning of that is what differentiates idle and full fuel, and so that's how that's done while it sits there and rides on on your plunger. So anyways, the basic reason why these lasted forever and a day, it seems like, is this whole bottom end, the governor assembly, everything is engine oil lubricated. It's got an oil system. It's like a small mini engine. You're oil lubricated, and that's kind of, my dog's going nuts right now. That is well, I'm brain farting out here for a minute. That's why these lasted so much longer. Not entirely why, but it has a lot to do with it. You've got oil lubrication on these cam lobes, so they're going to last. Plus, let's look at the, let me show you, see the best way to compare. So you can't really tell when you look down this because you've got a big bushing, big where your bushing rides here. You can see a little bit of that cam lobe, right? And see, if you watch here, it starts gradual, and then there's your peak pressure to make your pop pressure, which would be around 3-ish, 4,000 psi. Pops right there, and then releases, and so you've got that nice gradual pull, and this is oil lubricated with a better lubricating, fluid, and it drops off, and you can kind of see right there. That's a better one to try and catch the profile on. Let me put my light on it and see if that helps. It does not, but anyways, let's see. You can kind of see it right there. You go. If I turn my light to the side, you can see that profile, how it starts gradual and then falls off once you hit your pop pressure. So anyways, you've got that, and then the other winning factor is the size of that roller. That roller's huge, right? The same reason you don't haul, we don't do heavy haul on 16-inch wheels and tires on semi trucks. It's because the more revolutions you make, the faster things are going to wear out. This is timed with the engine, so it pretty much spins at the same RPM as the engine, right? This is hitting top dead center on each compression stroke, or not each compression stroke, but each power stroke. So this would actually be, I gotta be careful when I say this because things get confusing in my head. But this is probably actually spinning slower than the engine because you're going to have 4 other strokes from right here. You got your power stroke, then you've got your exhaust stroke, your compression stroke, and your next power stroke, again, all happening in that one revolution, as to where the CP4 is spinning. I don't know what the ratio is, the gear ratio, but it could be as much as twice as fast. And so this sucker is just hammering in there with minimal lubrication, tiny little rollers, extremely aggressive cam design, as to where these old pumps, they spin slower. They've got nice, easy cam, roller design. The load is less because of the pressure you're trying to make is literally 1/10, okay, of what you're trying to make there. You've got a better roller design, and you've got more surface area between this, in that. It's designed, it's destined for failure, and that's why you're seeing. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure this pump's still in production, which is a bummer deal. Like this one particularly came off a Sitsu engine. Anyways, I hope this helps explain kind of the basis. Here's a common rail injector. So you've got your pump that'll feed your common rail injector here. You've got an electronic solenoid that opens up and tells this to spray in most modern engines, up to 3 times per compression stroke, right? So that's why the injectors were a little faster. You're high pressure, you're sometimes 3 times as much. So in a corresponding way, your injectors have 300,000 miles on them in a 100,000 mile engine, compared to a single event injection design only has that 100,000, because these are firing 3 times as much. Some of them, like I think the new Duramax is up to 5 even, and that's what makes them quiet, but it is it inhibits longevity. These, that's why they're loud, they're clattery. That's where they got the old diesel clatter. 1 injection event, lower pressure, you got like a 4,000 psi pop pressure, but it was designed to win, and it did, and that's why it was this way. We had mechanical injection pumps. This style injection pump, I don't know when it really, well, geez, it goes way back. Like you're talking maybe even, I could be wrong, but maybe even clear into the 30s, this kind of style of injection pump was around. But anyways, I hope that helps explain why we're here. Well, I can't tell you why we're here, besides emission stuff. But this is why the old stuff lasted forever. This is why the new stuff doesn't. It's just, it's designed, it's not designed to fail, but it's inevitably going to twice as fast, just due to the nature of the sport. So I hope you can follow along there with that, and I hope that helps. If you get a chance, you can watch us. We've got a series of installing this on that big JCB. It's a neat video. We've got some other heavy haul videos out. Go check those out and support the channel. Thanks.